The federal government is shut down. The House passed a continuing resolution that would fund the government for 2014 with a catch. All will be funded except for the ACA. House Republicans seek to defund the health care law or, at a minimum, delay enforcement of the individual mandate for 1 year. Once the House passed the CR, the Senate stripped the defunding language out of the legislation, sending it back to the House where it awaits a vote. Rather than vote on the Senate amended CR, the House Republicans have decided on a piecemeal approach to appropriations. The House amendments to the Senate resolution seek to reschedule the CR for December 15th, which means that we will be revisiting this issue later this fall. It would repeal the 2.3% medical device tax that went into effect this year that would add $30 billion to the federal budget, according to the CBO, and delay until January 1, 2015, most of the elements of the health care law. It would allow insurance providers and companies, even those not affiliated with a church or a religious organization, to opt out of mandated coverage for contraception for religious or moral reasons. Now, the provision regarding birth control is an example of how the GOP platform and misguided priorities of Republican lawmakers is diametrically opposed to the behavior of voters who actually identify as Republican. It is not a difficult argument to make that insurance-provided birth control for women is something that, regardless of party ID, consumers would consider beneficial. The Republican Party continues to alienate moderates in the electorate. This strategy is unwise, especially considering Romney lost women voters to Obama by a 55 to 44% margin, and a public policy poll indicates that the GOP could lose the House in 2014 elections. The GOP seeks to tie non-budget items to the CR relating to Obamacare. Adding non-budget related items to the CR is a fundamental problem that the Democrats believe they cannot give an inch on. While the House passes piecemeal CRs and the Senate ignores them, speculation is that the House leadership is negotiating a grand bargain with the White House. Obama and Boehner were close to a grand bargain during the last debt ceiling drama in 2011. Ultimately, Boehner was unable to convince the right wing of his party to take the deal. There remains the same risk today. While the government remains shut down, Republicans earn political capital at home from Tea Party constituents. Calls to offices in support of Republicans to keep the government shut down over Obamacare is about 8-1. This is great for Tea Party candidates in primaries, yet Republicans may face losses during the general election in 2014 and 2016 when more moderates come out to vote. Employing tactics during budget negotiations that risk increasing the debt and slowing the economy is to head down a perilous path for Republicans, as they eventually will be forced to take a loss. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Ted Cruz, the individual, earns his profit. According to a public policy poll, Ted Cruz leads Rand Paul by 20% and Chris Christie by 14% among conservative primary voters. Cruz fares even better and leads Rand Paul 34-17. Delaying Obamacare by sabotaging enforcement of the individual mandate seems to be where Republicans are calibrating their focus. As the Republicans formulate a strategy for the debt ceiling debates, they will likely attach their demand for a delay as a contingency to raising the debt ceiling. At this point, even a short temporary government shutdown will not save lawmakers from disapproving voters. The risk to the economy is the ongoing uncertainty as lawmakers push deadlines, creating one crisis after another. Parliamentary politics is being engaged as a means of primary campaign financing for the right wing of the Republican Party, as a crisis fatigue is about to set in and will be suffered by business and consumers and is surely to get priced into the financial markets. As the Senate chaplain Barry Black said during his opening prayer on Thursday, "Have mercy upon us, O God, and save us from the madness."